Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal, Ruhl, that guy, D-Mac, Darren, McCarty. We got KG. We got Spencer Raxter. We were just hanging out, too. Shelby Miller, the Detroit Tigers, was here in studio.
He was in Birmingham roasting. We went over and said hi to him. So, yeah.
Listen, I know, Kenny. I know that Wake Up Woodward might have brought him up and manifested the appearance today, but
Y'all
he
taking the
officially
credit.
showed up on Big D Energy. So, Neal, is that not officially Shelby Miller, Big D Energy's own?
Absolutely, I believe so.
That's how it works. So, thank you. Good work, Kenny. You're part of Big D Energy.
Thank you. I
so
threw the
nice
assist.
job.
Yeah.
Way to undermine your boys on the front line.
We know where you're at.
Yeah,
we know where
you
you're
know
at.
where my heart
Appreciate
is.
We
You know-
see you, Kenny.
He knows where the
Are
meal
we gonna
ticket is.
Are we gonna start tomorrow? Kenny's that's Kenny's segment.
Oh, the urban update?
The urban
yes.
update.
Coming
Can
tomorrow.
we do that tomorrow?
Oh, God. I can do it. I can try and draw one up for y'all.
Just
So we're gonna have tomorrow because obviously we were out of the studio on Tuesday. So, Rest in Peace Tuesday will be relocated to Rest in Peace Thursday. It is a top 5 Wednesday, as
Yes,
a
it
matter of
is.
fact. Top 5 road signs.
I had fun with that one.
That one was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I have compelling cases for my choices, as I'm sure you all do as well. But we will get into that. Certainly the Red Wings situation as well. Sebastian Chose, El Mago has scored more than Alex DeBrincat in the last 19 games. Time to put that dude on a milk
he
cart.
also says Alex DeBrincat could score on my grammar right now. Bro, I know your grammar. Relax.
Ooh.
That's a little
Shots fired.
Baez couldn't get a hit off your grammar.
Yeah.
I will agree with.
Well-
DeBrincat, snake bitten and absolutely tough one. But then this morning when the smoke clears, Neal, and you look at the standings, you're in the same position as you were pretty much in biggest game of the year.
Biggest game of the year tomorrow
Thursday,
against the
so-
Pittsburgh Penguins. So on the road, tough.
It does feel like it's slipping away slowly but surely. But again, I mean, I was talking to my son Griffin last night, and because it was tough. But the imperativeness is what I notice is that up front, at least, the two big catalysts on this team are Dylan Larkin, obviously, and Michael Rasmussen, because the consistency of, and it's not more or less the scoring, but it's more of the balance. Now they're trying. You saw them mix up the lines last night, put Comfort with Kane and DeBrincat, and the opportunities were there. The shots were there a little bit on the outside, but there were chances. It just
43 of them.
It just too little, too late. Too little, too late, and so, and that's a wash. God, it's just if you go back and they don't make the playoffs, you've done it to yourself. And sometimes that's the greatest
Greatest sin. Yep.
well, not the greatest sin, but the greatest teacher too, right? Because if it's something that you give everything you got and you get beat, there's something to being a man that, okay, wasn't supposed to be. But when you sort of come up short and you've cost yourself and done it, and maybe it's like, think about it in life, in jobs and relationships and stuff like this, when you know that at the end of the day, and sometimes it's not till later, but it's a different kind of motivating factor. So either way, don't worry, guys. I'll spin it either way, no matter what happens. So,
Well, and we'll
but
get
it's
into
not
it.
the end of the world because you're not there yet. It's not a fork in the road. It's almost like the 5 points out in Redford. You can go either way. Shout out to Redford.
No, but D-Mac, we are going to get into it because I've had some spirited discussions with folks, over social media and messages and tweets and stuff like that. So we're certainly going to get into that because I have some thoughts, as you might imagine.
And here's another thing, Neal, right? What we were talking about is don't understand, is that a lot of times too, and what I mean this is that we got to look at to see whose perspective and where is the criticism, the praise, the ire, or whatever come from. And if I say, if you're not what, 20, at least, 25, 30 years old, right? Where's your perspective because you haven't gone through championships to understand? Like if you're 8 years old, so you're born in 2000, that's the last championship. You've seen playoffs, so I will give you that. But what I'm saying is, where are these people coming from? Is it frustration of not being there in 7 years and not having a team and not growing up with the team? Like this is more the norm than it was our team. If it's older people that have been through the championships and have been especially old enough to understand the trials and tribulations before you get to that next level, and before, guys, there's 2 more levels. There's a next level, and then the level of suck, and then there's the next level to get over the edge. So, like a lot of times too, is you have to look at that. At least I'm talking about myself, to see where it's coming from. And if it's coming from younger people, then they're right. Because they don't have that perspective. They only have tapes and videos and stuff, but they don't have that lived experience.
All right.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
DNCENT. But the good news is Javi is back, though. Spenny. You want to check it out and see if Javi is in fact back?
Javi Watch.
It's Javi Watch, everybody. We are doing this every single day of the season where we will update you. Now, the Tigers stole one in Pittsburgh yet. Flat out stole one.
They did.
And you have to do that
from
time to time. It was needed, no doubt. They needed it, and they got it. Fair play. That happens. But Javier Baez averaged at 152. No home runs yesterday. No RBIs yesterday. The OPS sitting at 323. So he wraps up the Pittsburgh Pirates series 1 for 7. And as a matter of fact, he is 1 for his last 14 with 5 strikeouts and a stolen base. So that's where he is at. So, yes, is Almago back? You decide. All I'm doing, because I'm told every single day that he's back. And yet I look.
You go keep hearing it, too.
Yeah. But I look, and I don't see. Is 152 back?
By some people's standards.
Is 1 for your last 14 back, KG? I have to go to you.
I mean, not to me, but to some people.
Some people.
I'm going to elaborate with just a fan saying Almago got a hit by pitch. I think if he gets hit by a pitch, his sacrifice should go to his hit column,
It should, seriously.
He dorned it. He Roger dorned it. In front of it. Way to
go. David Sparkman, why Javi Watch? Everyone knows his contract is terrible. Because, David, every time he does something, i.e. get a hit or score a run, I'm told he's back. But then I look at the numbers, and he is, in fact, not back.
But did you see the diving play he made in the field?
I did. Well, I heard it on the radio. I was listening on the radio. Because, again, I spend as much time, if not more than anybody, with this team.
Hey, here's a great one. Bada bing, bada boom. He can't be back when he never showed up yet. He doesn't have to show up.
You have to arrive somewhere in order to get back.
You have to arrive before you come back.
No, but the biggest thing of it all is the Tigers did get the win, so that is good. 7-4, and they needed it, and they got it. And now, KG, we come to one of those checkpoints of the season. It's an 8-game homestand. Mm-hmm. The Texas Rangers and Minnesota Twins coming into town.
Biggest test so far.
This is big. This is a big stretch.
Yep.
Big stretch, D-Mac.
Real teams, but isn't that something that, and I know it's early in the season or whatever, but a game like that you flat out stole, because in the past, the ball would just keep rolling, right? In the negative column, in the loss column. They lose that game, and they could lose 12, 15 games in a row. So to me, that showed me grittiness. That showed me that they're scrappy. They're trying everything, and it doesn't get any easier, but it'll be interesting. Hopefully the weather's nice for the homestand and stuff like this, and people, show out. It's another, again, all these events downtown are just a prelude for the draft coming up in a few weeks. So if you want to get your downtown in, just check it out. Because the cool thing is things are being built down there. So it's going to look different. The city looks different. I think it looks cool. So why not go down for a ball game?
Speaking of something that got built, did you guys see the Detroit sign?
Now, I did want to get into this.
Here, I'm going to throw it on the back wall so the fans can see it.
I did want to get into this. We were told Hollywood style, right? Yes. Hollywood theme.
In Detroit fashion.
KG, whose house is that in the background?
I
KG?
have no idea. This is not a good backdrop.
Run's
for that
house.
It's like a trap, man. I don't know.
House,
man.
Run's house.
And look,
I think they dug up Jimmy Hoffa to build this sign.
Like, guys,
Isn't it a little low? Like, shouldn't it? If it was at if it was on a hill at the top of the house, that's what we're looking for.
This is the Detroit Hollywood sign that we were promised.
Yeah.
It has been delivered.
Where is it?
It's on I-94. Where's that? Southwest side?
Yeah, it's just by the airport.
I think I drove
Close to
by.
the airport.
I had to drop somebody at the airport this morning. I think I drove by it, and where the things are, there's still a police presence there.
Yes, it's giving District Detroit is what it's
Yeah,
giving.
I hate when we do stuff that just like gives people.
So
ammo to
what
make
are
things.
Yeah, man.
Spenny, we walked into that
Yeah.
one.
We did.
We as a community, and look, born and raised here my whole life. Parents worked in the car factories, everything. As Detroit as it gets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Detroit story. I celebrate everything. I love the Detroit Grand Prix. Hell, I like the Quick Lane Bowl. I go to it every year. And I go to it because I like sports, but I go to it because I think it's important to go support things that happen in Detroit.
Especially national things.
National things that happen in Detroit, D-Mac. So that's part of the reason I go to this stuff. For real. I'm serious.
It's like
I support
it's
it.
like voting.
Exactly. Sometimes I don't like the choices,
Yeah.
but you know what? You still got to go do it. But
So-
D-Mac, this here, I can't help you. I
This
can't help you
This
with
is
this.
more Detroit than the Blue Bridge that they put in,
Yeah.
right? Like that doesn't make sense to me. This does. I mean, it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people. I think it's just like when you came out, you thought it was going to be a sign,
Yeah.
like coming into the city.
Now, what about this, guys?
Could've
What
been
about
bigger.
this? And did you guys talk about it on the heavyweights
bigger.
yesterday?
No, we didn't.
You did not? I can't wait for that tonight. What about this, though? I forget who the chat scrolled through, so I can't attribute it. You all let an AI-generated picture distort your perception of what reality could be.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that, and that's fair.
Yeah.
That is a fair point. However,
I mean, yeah.
guys, come on now.
It could have been a little better.
Come on now. D-Mac.
Is it up or is that the picture?
No, this is it.
That's
Yeah,
the real
it's up.
thing.
It's up. It's up and
yeah.
rocking.
What did the?
People made it look like it was going to sit on a hill, even though there are no
that's
hills.
what I'm
Right.
saying. It's like
My question is why the freeway? They could have put it like down toward the Riverwalk. They have a lot of land down there.
they should have put a wall or something in the
Yeah,
back
like
of it.
I don't know the answer.
Backdrop.
I'm not a
It's
civil
just-
engineer. I don't know the answer. However, I know what the answer is not. This is what
right.
the answer is not. Okay?
It doesn't bother me as much as it bothers
And then
you.
just the scenery behind it. It's not the best look. It's not.
No, and like, it doesn't bother me, D-Mac. It's just another one of those,
It's Detroit.
damn.
It's our tax dollars at work, man.
No, absolutely. John effing Lord, top 5 worst structures in Michigan. No, it's too new. It's too new. So, I don't know, D-Mac. Like, real K Collins 77. It is on a hill. That the rolling hills of Detroit. D-Mac, like, I'm not. And look, I'm not gonna do what everybody else is doing. Like, oh, it's gonna end up stolen or it's gonna end up vandalized.
That's not gonna happen.
But if it
That's
does,
not-
please, guys,
I
I'm
don't think
all
it'll
right. You
end
know
up
what?
stolen, but it's going to end up colored.
All right, KG, you know me. I'm a man of the streets.
You are.
I can go in any hood in the yak.
And you
know
good.
I'm good.
Yep.
You know I'm good. In and around Pershing. My Pershing folks got me over there.
Yeah.
K-Felder are my people over there.
You ain't
know what
gotta
I'm
do
saying?
no check-ins.
I'm asking. Can we please not graffiti it, please? This is my public
Yeah.
service. Can we please? This sign is already on thin ice with everybody. All right? We don't need it graffitied, spray painted, none of that. KG, can we ask the hood?
We can.
Please.
Just let's not touch this one.
Let this one be. Please. Can we do that, KG? Is that fair?
Yeah, let
Can I
it breathe.
get a preview of the urban update? What are the odds, Kenny?
I'll
what are
talk
the
to the-
odds of what Neal's asking will say, or what is the over/under of how long before the first
Shit, over under.
let's say
I give it
I don't want
about
to say vandalization.
over under. I give it about a
when
year.
does the city,
I'm taking
give their
the under
expression
on
of the
that.
sign?
A year? I'm taking the under on that.
Yeah.
KG,
Does it have a chance?
are my pleas here? Are my pleas going to end up not being heated? And are they going to go empty?
I do think it has a chance. I think we do have a chance of it not getting graffiti, but
it's slim.
Yeah, it's very slim. After about a year, man.
Put a betting line on
it. A year? It's going to get a year?
Like I said, over under a year.
I was going to say, does it make it to the draft?
The weekend.
Does it make it to it's going to make it to
does
the
it make it to the draft
No.
before somebody puts a sticker on
They'll
it?
make sure they just put it up. They'll make sure it makes it to the draft.
There was a police presence out front, you know what I mean? I think they'll probably guard it until the draft. And then
after that is free for
May
all.
1st.
It's not hard to vandalize either. Just a hop over the fence.
Rusty Shackelford, 24 hours. Robert Closia, 5 days till somebody tags it. Come on, guys. Danny G, it'll look better if they vandalize it. Stop.
It might.
Everybody stop.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I ain't going to be mad at it.
No, seriously.
They should have put a Tiger, a Lion, a Piston, a Red Wing, or DCFC.
Maybe tag like the base where the concrete is.
No.
Maybe you can tag that.
KG, talk to the.
It's going to happen, man. I'm sorry.
All right.
KG.
What's it going to get tagged with? Which?
That's a good question. Probably a couple.
Whose territory is it?
I have no clue. You said where is this at?
They said it's in Southwest Detroit on 994.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure what gang could get to it first. Maybe the Bloods, but I don't know. We'll see.
Stay tuned.
Can we have a treaty, KG?
We can, but I don't know if it'll be honored. So we could draw one up though.
KG,
draw one up,
talk to
right?
the street. KG, talk to the streets right now, please.
Listen. Let's just keep our hands off of it at least for the first year. Let's just give it a chance.
Permanently,
it's
KG.
not gonna happen, man. I'm just telling you, it's not gonna happen. So
he's negotiating.
It's not gonna happen. I know my city is. I know my city is not gonna happen. But like I said, the graffiti might actually make it look better. I can't even lie.
Real quick before we go to
we
break.
have some great murals in the city. So
JZJ, KG negotiating with the taggers. Hello. Yeah. He's trying. We're trying.
It's not gonna work.
What do you got before we go to the break, D-Mac?
It's Masters weekend.
It is.
Are you, as a golfer, do you think Rory has a chance to? Because that's the watch needs a green jacket for the four.
I don't know.
Every year we go into this, and as golfers, and I'm sorry for all you non-golfers to bring this in, but arguably one of the greatest players of our generation. Does he get it? Is his game?
He could. I think his game's good enough.
Do you think? I guess I ask you right now. Will we have the people that want to see it or whatever? Will he be in contention on Sunday?
I think he'll be in contention. I don't know that he'll win though. You know that he's going through it because he's back with the swing coach. You know he's overhauling the swing. You know.
Yeah.
It either works
it
or it
seems that
doesn't.
this time of year he gets into his head a lot.
He does, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
he does. He should have. He should have took the money from
Yeah,
Liv. I know that.
Do you think Scheffler's the favorite? That's the way he's playing, or do you
Yeah,
think
I mean,
it's
I wouldn't bet him at 4-1 or what. It's
No.
a crazy number that is. Hey guys, the Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan and Jerome Bettis, the Bus Stops Here Foundation, is proud to present the 3C Sports Conference to educate, inform, and inspire players, parents, and coaches in our local communities. Featuring impactful speakers like Jerome Bettis, Eddie George, and Adam Schefter, April 24th through April 26th. For more info and tickets, scan the QR code on the screen and sign up today.
Buying your first film at Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold, from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Visit Dispo Dispensary today for exclusive new deals and experience a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. Save the date for 420 at Dispo Dispensary. Dispo is putting on epic events with over 1,000 giveaways at each location. Stay tuned for more details. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
All right, in a very Detroit sign-style fashion, the Red Wings lose to Washington last night. Neal, Ruhl, D-Mac, KG, Spencer Raxter. KG's got that tone emanating from his face. KG's a master at nonverbal tone.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm trying to learn from the
streets
best,
are going to
man.
let us down, aren't they, KG?
Yeah, they are.
Spenny says tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
They'll keep it clean until the draft because that was the whole point.
Hey, you know what? A small stat, small flex is 22 years ago today. I wish Flannel was here for this. 22 years ago today, I scored my 100th career goal.
Hey,
There you go.
Not bad. Not bad for. That's a cute little career you had, D-Mac.
Not bad for. Exactly.
Yeah. Shouldn't you be playing
I
video
scored
games or something?
27 in the next 8 years. What?
I said, shouldn't you be playing video games or something instead of talking hockey?
Yeah, I was told that on Twitter. Remember that? Remember that whole bit, D-Mac? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I just thought that was cool. Thanks for whoever posted that on Twitter.
But yeah, let's get into it, D-Mac. 43 shots on goal, but you know what? And look, I'm taking a lot of heat right now in the chat about DeBrincat. And the bottom line, and D-Mac, I'll be consistent with it. That was the biggest spot in 7 years for this team until tomorrow night when it's biggest spot again.
Right.
But for right now, D-Mac, I'll be the first one to tell you that. Because you know what I saw from the Washington Capitals? I saw their GOAT, their legend,
Ovi,
get it done.
Who had the game winner?
Who had the game winner
The guy
and had
who's-
30 goals in a season again for an NHL record consecutive amount of seasons. And their guy delivered, and the Red Wings did not, D-Mac. And if you want to play big boy games with big boy stakes and playoff berths and all that kind of stuff, when you don't get it done, this is the fallout, D-Mac. They didn't get it done, bottom line.
No, that was the bottom line. That was a playoff hockey game, right there, right through it, through and through. Is that the intensity, and that's what it. You know, you get used to it. It doesn't get easy. I mean, it's. You know, what are you gonna do? But the bottom line is, like I said, when the smoke clears, you look and you go, you're still in this. You still control your destiny. Tomorrow's the biggest. You just could have made it easier. There's just these different ways where you have opportunities. How many times to make it easier on yourself? You just get to decide you're going to have to do it the hard way,
yeah,
right? And you know, there's some different apparentness, but I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing because you're not there yet. And sometimes if this doesn't happen, you can look back and the narratives of why it didn't happen, and you know, put people to task, or go out and figure out a way to do it. Now they've played, like, break it down. Now Pittsburgh's hot. Pittsburgh's done what they needed to do. They were one of those teams that was counted out, but they have.
I left them for dead. Yeah,
but we've played well on the road. We can win there and stuff like this. So at the end of the day, the only way out's through. You just got to go win a hockey game.
And for those that were curious, Washington Capitals are at Buffalo, home against Tampa, home against Boston, at Philadelphia.
And here's the thing. Did you see what else happened, right, around the league, right, where the Islanders, they're going to, you know, the Islanders have the mentality of their coach, Patrick Woodward. He doesn't quit, right? Might not, you know, at the end, we have great success against him. He has success against us too, but he's a competitor.
Yeah.
They're going to compete, and his team's going to compete and stuff like this. What did I tell you about Philly? Right? The biggest glaring thing is if you watch this, that a non-playoff team, Montreal, that Philly went in there, and Montreal beat them 9-3. Right? So they're smoking fast, but you got to take advantage and win these games and put teams behind. Doesn't get any easier with the end of the schedule, like you said.
Yeah, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Tammy Chin, the game last night wasn't bad. I'm more disappointed with the games in March. And again, like, guys, we laid this out. I've laid this out for the last couple of days. Remember, they are like a 500 team, that for every game they win, they lose a game. Yeah. And that plays itself out over the course of the season. Now, it's never linear for the Sam Flannels of the world. It's never win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. That's not the way it works.
Hey,
The way it works is you win 6 out of 7, you lose 7 out of 8. Like, that's the way that it works.
answer 14. I understand, D-Mac, but a long-ass drought in Hockey Town, everybody is hungry, bro. Yeah, just because you're hungry doesn't mean you get to eat. Not everybody gets to eat when they're hungry. They got to put the work in and stuff like this. So I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's been embarrassing. You know, like to what? But you see the process of why of getting back. And you're just coming up short, right? But other teams are leaking oil just as much around you. You just got to take advantage. At the end of the day, none of it matters if you just go out and win.
Yeah, went out.
And that's the mentality that you got to learn, because what's it going to be like when it gets to the 2 levels up when it's for the Stanley Cup Finals?
Yeah, you got to win.
Right, and the game last night against Washington is not, you know, to get your seating in the playoff race. It's to win a Stanley Cup. It doesn't get easier, the tensions, and just because you're hungry and you want it or whatever. And that's the fact that Steve Yzerman knows that. And unfortunately, these guys are trying. The effort was there. They came out on time, right? They couldn't get it. It was more from the outsides of the perimeter, and give the goalie, Lindbergh, whatever, for Washington, give him his goddamn flowers. He made some friggin' spectacular saves. We ripped some off the post. It's hockey. That's why you got to play the game. You know, so, yes, but just, you know, bottom line, I know we're all hungry, but that doesn't mean we get fed.
Here.
And the longer you go without getting fed, you hope that right? Okay, before you can't get the starvation, but you got to keep that motivation going.
And D-Mac, the biggest frustration to me was just the frustrating nature of the game, because, yes, were they the better side in the game over 60 minutes? Yeah, they were, but they lost. And that's the moral.
That's irrelevant.
Of the story.
My thing is you got, what have I said all year? Right? Last night's a perfect example. You had power plays in the third period that you needed to score, and it was a 2-0 game, but to get yourself back in, you had opportunity. Like, right. I don't care how you get it done, you just got to find a way. Did you see that Nathan McKinnon goal last night?
Yes, I did.
Benny, did you see that Nathan McKinnon goal?
Yes, I did.
KG, did you see that Nathan McKinnon goal?
If
anybody hasn't seen the highlight of Nathan McKinnon's goal, where he takes a pass on the top of his slot, and absolutely, that's what I always say. If you want to see what makes McDavid and McKinnon different, is how fast they are with the puck. Go watch him in a shift when he's skating around the ice, and then go watch him there when he outskates 3 guys the whole length of the ice with the puck on his stick and absolutely buries it. That's what's different in today's game. Most guys slow down when they have the puck on their stick. These kids don't.
Yeah, but because I want to get into it, like I do. I've had that vibe. I've had that feel from the people. I want to get into it because I have, the messages like this. iHearter says, if the Wings would have done a better job taking care of business when they had everything in front of them, then yesterday's loss wouldn't have been as bad. They put their backs against the wall. There's 5 teams with their backs against their wall right now. All the 500 teams are in the same spot, dude. They're 500 teams. Like, that's my biggest frustration in this. Like, sitting here talking. People went into this with expectations like they're the old Red Wings, like the Red Wings dynasty, the days of yore. Guys, they lose a game for every game they win. That's just where they are right now. And they've shown progression. You know what? Let's do it. Let's take the break right now and then get into it, because I know how this is going to go down. They need a guardian, D-Mac. They do.
Oh, no, absolutely. We all need a guardian. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real expert professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automated solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call the number today, 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. No other Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number, 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserve technology that's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. Business, pleasure, it doesn't matter. Guardian Alarm doesn't care. They just want you to call the number, 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of losing this game against the Penguins, please, because then it's really dead.
Stay out of graffitiing the new Detroit sign, everyone. Just let it live for a month, all right?
It's going to happen.
Guardian Alarm, your local security expert selling Big D Energy. We sent you.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. And with the first pick in the 2024 media draft, Detroit selects Woodward Sports. Thank you for making us the #1 digital network in Detroit.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
The new glorious ice water bubble hash pre-roll now with diamonds. Yes, diamonds, not those kind of diamonds, different diamonds. Constantly pushing to create the best cannabis experience. Proof for boost comes from the added touch of pure THC diamond dust. Yes, the dust, allowing flower with only the highest terps, making the best even better. Glorious Cannabis. Check us out. Your local retailer, gloriouscanna2ends.com.
All right, keeping it pushing your Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, KG, Spencer, Raxter. KG's got the tone emanating.
Yes.
Like you know what I'm gonna do to you, KG? I'm gonna do what you do to me with the Tigers. You want the Detroit sign graffitied.
I might.
You want low key. You want it done. You want it done.
I might.
You don't want to keep it clean.
I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm just saying. What's wrong with it? You don't support the graffiti artists of the city.
You don't support the graffiti.
You don't
look. If somebody wants their building painted, cool. Don't do the Detroit sign up with graffiti 24 hours into its existence, all right?
Then maybe they should have.
Can we get through the draft?
Should they did a better Detroit sign then? I'm just saying.
Oh, so if it was a better sign, they wouldn't graffiti it?
Most likely, yes.
You want it graffitied. You're part of the problem, KG.
I might be.
I appeal to you. I want to get I want all the neighborhoods united against it, and you were saying yes, but really you were saying no behind my back.
Listen, I'm telling them to not do something is just going to make them do it faster. So I'm just in that camp.
So you're playing psychology games with the streets right now.
A little bit, but I support the graffiti artists of the city. We have very good
they should commission
murals in the city. So
Kenny, shouldn't they commission it?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
It looks actually good.
Yeah. But they won't do that though.
It.
They ain't trying to spend no money. You know that.
Commission a graffiti artist.
All right, D-Mac, we're talking Red Wings and Capitals. So all right, guys. Then let's go to battle then, everybody. Let's do it. Take the gloves off. Let's go. All right, D-Mac, answer this one. Drew K. Why is coaching not being held accountable for not getting more consistent play? Yzerman's done his job. Lalone has a capable roster. We've seen it. Address the Lalone situation.
Must not have. No. I brought that exact point up, is that if you're going to blame anybody or question anybody, question the coaching and the decisions he made and whatever bingo ball to whatever, who's in the lineup, who's not in the lineup, but it's not Yzerman. Put the guys in place. Now it's also a learning process for him and the players with injuries and stuff like this, but the combinations you can question. 100%. I said that last week. I'm lockstep if there's a question to systems and stuff like this and execution, but but again, I don't know, man. It's all part of the process, and if you're learning, right, if your coach is going to learn in his second year at the pace that the general manager allows him to, he's right where the team is, right? He's doing it. If you give that, I give him a B season, right? Whether they make the playoffs to finish here or not, from the levels that they've made, right? Now you got to keep getting better grades and keep getting better, but I'm not overly disappointed. But if I was going to point fingers or look to blame, which it's not looking to blame, it's looking to understand why and fixing it.
And for me, D-Mac, I think we can boil this down right now. The streets want a pound of flesh. That's what they want. That's the vibe I'm getting from. And me, who usually does call for a pound of flesh, I don't. Like, we are progressing along. There's tangible results. You can point to it. You can see the progression as they've gone along. You cannot argue that.
You didn't know. You
cannot argue that.
Okay, Dan Campbell tells you in 2021 that he learned and he's proven it, that I gotta have my team and like every starter goes down, right? What Derek Lalonde hasn't done, or you're gonna question Steve Yzerman, is the long absence of Dylan Larkin. And also now I brought to your attention is Michael Rasmussen. You wonder why Steve Yzerman locked this guy up? Right? Because of the value. So you got to, and it's not just them, it's the guys around them and the guys in the team. Because if the team can't figure it out without these guys in the lineup, and they're part of the lineup, then they're not the right guys, and it should be the guys, not from outside of this organization, although the 1C always is, but inside this organization that we've been hearing that they're high on. You know, the Carter Mazers and the Caspers, and, you know, you still got Soderblom down there. You got good young guys in the system, right? So to me, it's like they're progressing down the road. It's just that everybody's disappointed because it looked like the weather for the vacation of the getting to the playoffs was going to be. It's just like sort of like the weather, but right? It's changed. It's changed. It was sunny in January and February, and we thought we had all this and stuff before injuries, and we were cruising along. You had the car flags out. You know, we got comfortable again. But again, look at last year. We got it for a day. This year we got it for what? A week, 2 weeks?
What do you got, KG?
No, I was going to ask, so if they don't make the playoffs, you don't think anybody needs to fall on the sword for this season?
Dude, but it's like what falling on the sword, accountability, or if you're going to get better, or this team, like what's falling on the sword? Like it's almost like Almago.
The fans
how could he come? But how can he be back if he never came?
Yeah, the fans want a scapegoat. Pause, big pause. But the fans want a scapegoat. So
so take
it
one.
would be Lalonde in that case,
sure,
right?
if you want it, but so why do that to yourself when you know that the only guy? Do you feel like Steve Yzerman feels that way about Derek Lalonde, or this is guy, and this is all part of the progression of learning as to be a coach with this team as they learn together?
Yeah, it's a big vibe here. Ryan's reaction, woodwardsports.com chat thread. Over under, a letter is stolen from the Detroit sign within 3 months. Come on, Ryan. Come on.
That'd be hilarious.
If they
see, KG, you want this.
What is that's got to be plus 800. That's aggressive.
Yeah, KG wants this to he wants a letter stolen. He wants it graffitied.
No,
he wants us to be on brand. That's what you want. You want Detroit to be on brand,
Listen,
KG. Say it.
Graffiti
Say it.
is one
Say
thing.
it.
Stealing one of the letters from the sign, that's something totally different. But
you want it.
You
want it to happen.
The graffiti, I'm not mad at. I'm not. On the base of not on the actual letters, but on the base, I'm not mad at it.
Say it. You want this to fail. Say it.
I don't. I mean, Detroit.
Say it.
Detroit should want better. That's all I'll say
You don't believe in Detroit. Say it.
I believe in Detroit. I don't believe in the people running Detroit, but I believe in Detroit.
You don't believe in the Detroit sign. You don't.
I don't.
I know you don't.
You
want
don't
it
believe in the
destroyed.
Detroit side either.
You want it destroyed.
I don't want it destroyed.
You want it vandalized, stolen.
I want it redone, but better. You don't like you doing all this sticking up for the Detroit sign, and you don't like it either.
I don't like it, but I'm going to support it because it's mine and it's Detroit, and that's what it is. I just don't want it graffitied. You should see, I took a spin around Twitter. You should see the national outlets and what they're saying. We don't need this, KG.
I understand.
And they're waiting on it. They're praying for times like this right now. They want us to steal it. They want us to graffiti it. They want us to. You know they do. Don't give them what they want. Come on, one time. One time, baby.
I don't even know how graffiti would look on the letter. It wouldn't even look good because it's kind of like a darker design. Anyway, but
you're praying on its downfall.
I'm not. I just want to see it look better. That's all.
Come on. Say your T Grizzly right now. You're praying on its downfall.
I'm not. Never praying on nobody's downfall.
You're praying on that sign's downfall.
I'm not.
Going to church twice a day.
It's what the kids say is mid. You know, it's a mid sign.
All right. But no, but D-Mac, that's my thing with it. Like, I feel like last night's game was the Thanksgiving Day game against Green Bay, where everybody thought that they were owed this, where everybody thought, all right, here's the moment, we've arrived, and they were guaranteed this, and it didn't go that way. And remember when they lost that Green Bay game, despite what were they, like 7-2, the Lions? Mm-hmm. Remember there was a revolt.
Yeah.
Like, people thought the Lions were the Detroit sign. People think the Red Wings and Steve Yzerman right now is the Detroit sign.
And somebody, I don't know who said it in there, is like, they said, oh, they fell apart at the end of the season last year and they fell apart at the end of the season this year. How's it progress? If you want to be granular like that, they had 35 wins last year. They have 38 already this year. That's better. So, thanks, Flannel. Right? Like, I mean, they're a better, like, they're a better team than they were last year. But obviously, guess what, Neal? Oh my gosh, every other team in the league doesn't stay stagnant; they get better too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At least you're in the hunt. And again, I mean, Chicken Little, the sky's falling. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. You still got 4 games left. This is a conversation for 2 weeks if they don't make it, and then we'll have the poll. Who's your biggest scapegoat? Somebody must go to the guillotine. Who's it gonna be? Next episode, Big D Energy. Top 5 Red Wings whose heads get chopped off because they didn't make the playoffs.
Sound like the Dragon Ball Z announcer at the end of the episode. But
Spenmo, you've been quiet through all this. Usually you're a big, pound of flesh guy.
Yeah, I'm just sad.
Dave upset. You've already given up?
I mean, yeah.
You resigned, bro?
No.
I don't think they're gonna. I think they're playoff hopes.
Are you resigned because you know that if you make the playoffs, you probably don't have a chance? Like, that you're not built for a run, or is it just?
I just wanted to see playoff hockey. I knew they weren't built for a run either way. I knew they weren't gonna. You're not gonna get past Florida or New York in the playoffs, but. I just wanted to see some playoff hockey.
I want you guys to say like you don't believe it. You don't believe that they're going to do it.
I don't believe they're going to make the playoffs this year. No, I don't.
It's going to be tough.
It's already morning. No, it's obviously going to be tough. It was going to be tough at the beginning of the year.
It's more likely to not than to
Again,
now.
Neal, here's the question, right? Forget how you got here, right? Hey, guess what, right? Went in my time machine, and on April 10th or whatever like this, look what I saw. This could be your record, and this is where it is. I'm sitting here at training camp. Do you take it right now? Do you take the fact that you control your destiny?
But D-Mac, I'm the wrong person to answer because through all this, the way that it's going right now, I'm cool with where they are as a franchise. I'm the wrong person to answer.
All distraught, and I'm not trying to make it's not okay.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but maybe that's the like Kenny's saying, hey, you know what? I'm not putting don't do it. Right? I'm saying, like, hopefully it lasts a year with the Detroit sign or whatever like this. No, I'm saying don't do it. Let's not hand out the death sentences, but can we at least wait until they're dead?
Yeah.
Right? Wait till they can rest in peace. Now, they haven't done themselves any favors, but throughout this year, they backed themselves into walls that they've been able to fight themselves out of, or corners.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a guy that if I'm still breathing and you give me a little bit of a chance, I'm gonna fight back, and you can't. So maybe that's that's sort of the message. This is what happens. They do make it. This could be a pivotal time in the organization that they dug down and won these last games. I don't know.
Yeah.
We just wait. You can have. Hey, I'll make you a promise. They don't make the playoffs, and whatever the first show you want to do. Take the heat and all the negative, whatever like that. Let's go. Let's do it then. Let's not do it now.
Right.
And then I implored everybody who's already mourning their, the fact that that person hasn't passed away. And maybe they're in hospice, Penny. That's fine, but they're still saying there's a chance.
A lot of carte blanche getting buried.
I mean, there's definitely a chance.
I know, but I feel your disappointment, bro.
Yeah.
I feel your disappointment too, because you know what? Why they do it so hard? Why they do it to themselves like this? Well, you know what? We've all in life done things to ourselves that we're the only ones that can get us out of. So let's go. Like that's it. And we can always have this moment and the bitch fest and whatever like that. Then you can tell me what I'm missing out on.
Yeah, I mean, again, for me, because it's not going to change. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My view will not change. Do I want to make the playoffs? Obviously, I want to. I'm not KG over there.
Oh,
I'm not celebrating something when secretly I want its downfall. I'm not doing that. Would I like to go to the playoffs? Sure, I would like to go to the playoffs.
You only do that for Michigan.
I saw that one in there. And Danny G says, and this is it. I'll never get past. There are two there are two certainties about this NHL season that I've come to grips with, and it's my statement. Number one, you get rewarded for losing, and the Islanders got rewarded for losing 15 times, and it's stupid. Red Wings won more games than the Islanders. They have. That's stupid. All right? But I'm not crying about it because we knew that going in. Those were the rules. Doesn't change the fact that they're not stupid because they are stupid rules. Number two, Danny G. I still don't get what the difference is between getting bounced in the playoffs and missing the playoffs by a game or two.
Yeah.
That's it. Like that, you will never be able to convince me otherwise. These pound of flesh people, they'll fire the coach, where's the playoff berth? So 1 point will dictate the way you feel about an entire organ. 5 years of going through this with Yzerman and the depths that we were at. That's 1 point's going to change all that in your mind. That's stupid. I'm sorry. I can't vibe with that, dude. 1 point is going to change the entire way you view a franchise and a job that a GM's done when progressively every year, like I say, things aren't linear except for the Red Wings and their progression. That's been linear.
I look at it like a ladder. Where on the ladder are they at, right? And halfway is the playoffs. So, and that's what it is, halfway, not 3/4 of the way is playoff. Halfway is the playoff because that's a whole different beast.
Oh, stop. All right, stop with this shit here, Daryl.
Uh-oh.
You've been crying about it, Neal. Every team plays with those rules. Stop crying about it. No, Mark Doyle, we got out in front of this yesterday on yesterday's show. Remember, I put it out there yesterday. And I said, before we go into this, remember, this is the stupidest rule set up in sports. Because it is.
But the why is because it's Bettman hockey, because you got
no other sport do you get rewarded for losing.
Teams vying for 2 spots at the end of the season because it's supposed to. I mean, I don't blame them. I see why, because the NHL needs as much help for ratings as they can get.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. No other sport in the world is like this. No other sport. You get rewarded for losing.
Yeah.
But you do in the NHL. I can't understand it. All right, morning show. There's a new morning show here on Woodward Sports. Of course, it's Wake Up Woodward, everybody. You know the characters. You know Sam Flannel. You know Kool-Aid. You know Broder. You know KG coming out there talking positive but secretly wanting destruction. You know what it is. Wake Up Woodward, 8 to 10 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's #1 digital sports network.
In your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Neal Ruhl here for WoodwardSports.com/shop. Yes, everybody, the Stoke Not Scared t-shirt. You a Brad Holmes guy? Get the Brad Holmes guy t-shirt. Yeah, you know what you're not? A Detroit sign guy. But hey, I digress. WoodwardSports.com/shop. Still hoodie season, still beanie season. You're going to find that out coming up on Friday, as a matter of fact. So, again, get it all there for you. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. WoodwardSports.com/shop. Yes, sir.
You're on intro, and then I want you to address it.
Oh, yeah. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, KG, Detroit community hater here in the house.
I wouldn't say hater.
You want things destroyed and vandalized.
Enhancer. I would call myself an enhancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just because of your birthday.
What you got, D-Mac?
Elephant in the room. Cody Angle, highly respected member in the chat, says elephant in the room is it's taking extra time because of who the general manager is. And I pause and say, That is incorrect. It's taking extra time because of the salary cap and the fact of getting the contracts right. So technically, he would be in his third year, right?
Yes.
Right. So
we got to go through this again, huh?
Well,
okay. I'll do it every day. I got time.
Right. Doesn't
I got time? I'll do it every day.
Because I get it. If you're like, it's 5 years, but it's not. It's 5 years on the books, but it's not because the books weren't right and they couldn't start putting it together. It's a foundational thing. He said it would take. It's going to take like 3-4 years to get back to the playoffs. And it's imperative to do it a certain way to stay there. So we're not here. Instead, what we're talking about next year, right? And years after is, hey, look what's going down there with these 5 teams. Are we going to play Ottawa? Are we going to play Montreal? Who do you think we're going to play? You think, do we want to play this? You want to play this team? That's the goal, right? And that's to get to that next level. You're not there yet. You're still, in the lack of a better term, to wrestling, you're still in the scramble.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that. Again, Steve Yzerman's year one that he walked into. Franz Nielsen, Abdelkader, Jimmy Howard, Sam Gagner, $21 million in salary right there, those dudes, all right? That's not a year. When you walk in, what do you want them to do?
Yeah.
Who's fixing that? Bring back Scotty Bowman. Bring back anyone you want. Nobody is fixing that. So, no, that doesn't count as a quote-unquote year. You know what he did do year one? Drafted Mo Sider. Did that work? You know what he did do year one? Drafted Lucas Raymond. Did that work? Stop. Like, I get it. You're making it about you. You're disappointed. You felt you were owed this. It's the Thanksgiving Day game all over again. And remember, a lot of you people, you exact same people were like, I told you this wasn't different with the Lions. It's the same old Lions, everybody.
That's exactly where
that was you guys. Yeah. You guys did that. And this was your moment with the Red Wings. This was your Lions Thanksgiving Day moment. Mm-hmm. So, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. If you can't see that there's progression, if you can't see that things are going the way they're supposed to go, then I can't help you. Then don't watch. Because I don't know how else to say this to you. That's what he walked into year one. That's like Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell walking in year one with Jelani Tavai and Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers making $22 million. Who's fixing that when you walk in there? You just got to sit there and eat it and deal with it. And that's what they did. And that's what Yzerman's done. So it stands to reason to me, like, why is the time path not the same? Because the rules aren't the same. Because you don't draft Mo Sider and Lucas Raymond, and then they show up in July, and here you go. It's not the way it works, man. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Like, this is it. I don't do hot button shit for you guys, okay? I'm not going to sell you fear every day, and then when they win, come back and sell you hope. I don't operate like that. I sit here and I talk to you like I talk to my friends. It's too hard to keep up acts. I don't have time to keep up an act like a lot of people in this town do. I don't have time for that. I tell you what I think about it. That's why I'm here. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. So, yeah, if I'm being too soft on Steve Yzerman, I'm basing it off logic. What are you basing it off of? For real. I'm telling you what we know. You're telling me what you think. So, go ahead, man. Have at it. Yes, D-Mac.
If you're in the West, you would have made the playoffs. You'd make the playoffs easy, but it's a different beast. Like the East is such a beast too. It's comparable to what basketball. I don't know so much these days, but it used to be 5 years ago.
The West was dominant.
West, where it was tough to get through. So, I mean, I don't get it. You see the game plan. I like what you said, Neal. Logically, and I see the path. Why is it playing?
It's not even a path, D-Mac. It's a road that's been built. He's still paving the road. I gave you the checkpoints, everybody. Walks in the door, has that $22 million on the books, and drafts Mo Sider and Lucas Raymond.
And what's the salary cap at that point? Back
74, 76 maybe, something like that. High 70s.
So how do you compete? Plus you stink, right? Like your talent stinks, so you're not getting people to come here.
And Chuck Brewer, yes, the casuals in the chat about hockey are so cute. Chuck, this is the thing that's driving me crazy too about the hockey discussion around town. People just kind of parachuted into this with no idea how it really works. And I don't blame them. They haven't given you a reason to pay attention for a decade. They haven't given you a reason. I don't blame you. I'm not mad at you. But don't sit here and say, oh, here's another cool one. 20 years, Neal's will still be saying the same old song and that. Yeah, 20 years. I will be doing that, Mark Royal. Okay, then you tell me. You tell me what's your issue with Yzerman. Just get it out there, everybody. Let's just do it. Since this is where you want to go, like Kenny wants the Detroit sign vandalized and destroyed, let's just address it and move on. All right? So tell me, everyone in the chat, fire away. What's the issue with Yzerman? Say it. Say it. You got yours. I'll read every one of them. Fire it there in the chat right now. Fire away. What's the problem? Because, Spenny, look, you're the pound of flesh guy. You're the transaction guy. And I love you for it. You're consistent about it. It's the way you operate. When I said, what's your issue? You're like, I'm sad. Yeah. And that was it. When you said that, you sounded like you were disappointed. We all were yesterday. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you like the way things are going. And did I misread you on that?
No, I do like the way things are going. Obviously, Steve Yzerman has built this farm system from nothing into one of the best, if not the best, in the NHL. And you got to look at that. Obviously, you can look at the signings of an Justin Hall and Jeff Petrie as things you don't like.
And somebody said that. So he's got to bat 1,000.
Yeah.
Literally every move. Like, guys, come on, man.
Signing Patrick Kane, that's a pretty good
And it's not
addition.
what you miss on.
Yeah.
You missed on like lower tier, bottom tier guys, right? You didn't miss on stars. Did you miss on Kane? Now you can argue that DeBrincat's come up short, right? But he's not a miss because he's more like a sports car, and you got to allow it to play out. It was a commitment, but did he miss on Kane? That might be the best signing in the NHL this off season. Give me a break for the money and the production.
I agree, man. Like. And that's it. You're telling me every free agent he signs and every draft pick that he has, it's got to be a hit or he's a failure. Like, come on, man. Come on. That's not real. See, again, you're telling me that's not realistic. That's not real life. So, I don't know. The ski mask boy, there is no issue with Yzerman nor Lalonde. Okay, then what is the issue? That's my question. Then what is the issue?
It's pretty much they're dead nuts where he thought they were when he said, I don't think we're a playoff team, right? That's way different than saying, I think I'm a Stanley Cup team, right?
Yes.
I mean, aren't we right where he thought we were? And unfortunately, he's always right. So just listen. And he's only going to get better because he's going to put the work in to get better. And I don't know.
Yeah.
And whoever said that, you and I somebody said in the chat, thank you. We got to we quit convincing knuckleheads because they don't listen. That's all we're talking. Sometimes we talk to
But there's a lot of them, though, D-Mac.
So
a lot of people are thinking this. I try to educate the people. What do you got, KG?
Do you give any credence to the reports that he kind of like let off on the team a little bit? I heard that he, there was a meeting and he kind of like voiced his frustrations with the team and like the direction. Do you give any credence to that?
I can't hear you, bro.
No, I said, do you give any credence to the reports that he went off on the team or that he voiced this for Stevie Y?
Yeah, there are some reports that he went in and nuked, went scorched earth on the locker room and last night.
Good. I ran it. Good. So let's see.
Did you ever get lit up by Yzerman?
What? Every fucking day, bro. I want to, but here's the thing, because when he's like, and it's not yelling, he's gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell you the facts, and he's gonna challenge you as a man, because the things he's gonna say might hurt too, right? Of where it is, but it's the reality. And you know what? To me, okay, so it's a good thing.
Does that mean
he can't? I can't wait.
Did he think this team was further along then? If that's the case, if he went off like that,
because yes, to the fact that like putting that time in or what it means or whatever, that's also good. Let's see what comes out of that, or what he says coming out of that, or what they say coming out of that. It's just the imperative. Like, I think that they needed that shot. See, the one thing we used to say, Steve Yzerman, E.F. Hutton. Remember the E.F. Hutton commercials?
When you talk, people listen.
People listen. He doesn't talk, ever. So when he does, right, full attention, and so he's unveiling everything. So I think this is a great thing, especially before this game.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, speaking of pain, we're going to talk with Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine. I got a ton of stuff I want to get to with him. Pitchers are dropping like flies.
Yeah.
Giannis is like me in my rec league pulling his calf. I don't know what it is. The calf always gives me a problem. We're going to talk about it, though, with Dr. Jeff Pierce when we come back to Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Tell them about Swiss Insurance, D-Man.
Absolutely. Good news and bad news. The bad news is insurance rates are going up across the board in Michigan. Good news is Swiss Insurance is here to help. Right now, more than ever, it's critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss will make your carrier does not slip in extra fees or raise deductibles. Call my buddy Mark today, 248-800-4177, or visit SwissINS.com. Tell him Woodward Sports, we sent you.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
When it comes to chicken sandwiches, I got the tournament champion. Yes, it's Shake Shack, the Chicken Shack sandwich. Try the Chicken Shack sandwich for free with a $10 purchase. Pretty simple, everyone. Grab a shake and a crispy crinkle fry. Use a promo code Woodward. Boom. You get to try the Chicken Shack sandwich for free. Just use a promo code Woodward in person, online. Download the Shake Shack app today. Promotions available in all 7 Metro, Detroit locations. That's right. It's a free Chicken Shack sandwich. Just use a promo code Woodward. All right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, and of course Spencer Raxter as well. And happy to have you all along for the ride. It's been an emotional day. Let's just say it like that. Dante151 in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. People need to realize that hitting on every player signed or drafted is impossible. If that did happen, the Lions, Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers would have multiple championship titles. Exactly. They would be, the all-time leaders in championships. Speaking of champions, we are joined by our guy, Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. He's a medical director there. And Dr. Pierce, I got to tell you, I'm not going to say that we caused this, but What's up with the rash of elbow injuries in Major League Baseball with the pitchers right now? What's going on?
Sorcerer.
What'd you say?
I said you're a sorcerer.
Yeah, we didn't do this, did we? We're not responsible for it. Like, we bring it up, then all of a sudden Steven Strider's down, everybody's down.
You know, you brought up a good point to me before the show. Is it the pitch count? Is it the timing? I want to say these guys should be able to perform in that period of time, but does it play a role? It probably plays a direct, indirect role. You got to evaluate what these guys are doing coming into this season. It's probably just a coincidence. It's just like the only thing I can point to is when we started having a bunch of sports hernias with the Red Wings. You know, we looked at the way they were training. We looked at, did they really do what was flexible? We did all that forward motion, for pitching too. We probably need to look at how they're preparing. I don't want to criticize the medical team, but what are they doing to prepare? It's all about proactive prevention now. Did we cause it? No, I think we brought notice to it, and maybe it's a little bit more common now than it has been. But no, I don't think we have the wizard effect here on that.
Okay, good. I feel better about things than Dr.
Right.
Pierce.
You're not the jinx.
Okay, absolutely. And no, that was going to be my follow-up question too. And look. You have a seat at the table in terms of, where you sit in the game is going to dictate maybe how you feel about it. If you're a member of the players union, you'll probably feel a little bit differently. That's not a fan of the pitch clock. You'll probably feel a little bit differently. If you're an owner, you'll probably feel a little bit differently. So it's kind of an unfair question to you to kind of parachute you in to that on the medical side.
But you always do that.
But I always do that.
I'm good with the challenge.
No, absolutely. But my point about it is just the mechanics of pitching with the pitch clock. Because anytime we put a clock in our lives, that leads to tenseness, right? Like, I guess you're not. When you're standing up there on the mound and that pitch clock's under 5 seconds and you got runners on bases, and if you don't deliver that pitch in time, it's a ball in a big spot of the game. I would guess that leads to tenseness, which would probably contribute.
I almost want to switch seats with you because you're bringing up very valid points.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I want to say I'm going to take credit for educating you.
Yes.
To ask me the
where I
appropriate
learned.
questions at this point. But no, I mean, we talked about relaxation. We've talked about deep breathing. When your body's totally tense and you're like, you do have a guy on first and like, is he going? What's going on? I got 3 seconds left. I got to deliver. Your mechanics are off. They're more tense. You're not as relaxed as if you don't have a pitch clock on you. You're absolutely right that when you have to deliver under pressure, in that scenario, you're clinched a little bit more. Your brain's going a little bit more. You're thinking about 3 different things instead of 2 different things. The player, the batter, and the runner, right? Now you got a pitch count. Now you got other things in your head. Is this the right pitch? There's multiple things going on, and you do probably run a little bit tension. And are you fully relaxed in your body? But the pitch count's been around already for over. When did we start it? 2 years ago. How long's pitch count been?
Yes, the second
2
season.
years,
Yeah,
yeah.
The second season.
So they should be used to it. They should already have that mental, and now I'm going to argue the other side. They should already have the mental capacity to deal with pitch count because that's the way they're practicing. That's the way they're preparing. So when I argue against myself, it shouldn't be an issue. When you talk about, is it creating tension? Is it creating tightness of the muscles? You're not fully relaxed. You're putting more stress on the elbow and the shoulder to deliver. Yeah, absolutely. There's a combination there. Is that truly the reason? I'm not sure.
Which is the only time Doc is wrong when he argues with himself.
Which what?
Is the only time you're ever wrong is when you argue with yourself.
I win once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm winning 50% of that.
But how do we, when we see all this and stuff like this, and I see in the chat thread people bringing up, the ban on the sticky stuff, the ball maybe being smaller and the tension and the grip. So I guess what I'm hearing, is it more preventative? Because that's what you did, like going back in the day, being one of the guys that had the sports hernia surgeries and stuff like this. Our training changed to the core and to everything else, and that's why we would go, to your spot in Troy and stuff like this and get work done, but would concentrate doing, more core and stuff like this. Is this something that, the Chris Fetters, who's the pitching coach, and then the arm mechanics guy, is this something that we're going to see in the preventative preparation, or is this just something like we're seeing with, right? Oh, he's going to have a Tommy John. He's going to have a Tommy John, and he'll be back. Like, is this the new norm?
No. Every time there's a cycle, right? Any type of life. When you start having something common, the educated, mature part of it is take a step back. What are we doing? Let's evaluate it from A to Z. And that's what we did. It was like, ours was a little bit easier, but in hindsight it was easier. But when we were in the middle of it with the sports hernias, it all made sense after. But we had a struggle to figure it out. But within months, we had it figured out. Same thing with the pitcher. I mean, what is going on? I'm not as involved with the Tigers as I have been with the Red Wings and the Pistons and stuff like that, because it is baseball. But it's a mechanical issue that should be prevented. There's no reason for it. In today's medicine, which I tout our today's medicine is better than ever, there's going to be some changes. There's definitely going to be some changes. There's going to be a different way they're warming up. There may be different dynamic warm-ups. There may be, a heating up, cooling system that they're doing. But, yeah, we will hopefully be able to be more educated and more preventative. That's the simple question.
Isn't it as simple as, like, in the meantime, what's the pitch clock at? Add 3 seconds? Or isn't it? And I know that makes the game.
Yeah, and I don't know what the labor union ramifications are. Was that like a jointly agreed to time?
So
because if it was, then you got to jointly agree to change it, and then that's when things get held hostage over future labor. You see what I'm saying, though, D-Mac?
Yeah, no, that's where it gets in the weeds. Why it's not like that's what I said and I'm glad you gave me that response, because if I'm sitting here going, well, just, back it up a couple of seconds, and you're like, yeah, but no, because this guy needs to be paid, and he's union, and this guy and this, and then it needs it down the line. So
Right.
Not that simple.
Not that simple. It is simple, though, to talk to Dr. Jeff Pierce here of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Check out their website, michigansportandspine.com. So, Doc, Giannis went down with a calf strain, and he did that. And look, I'm not saying I'm Giannis Antetokounmpo, all right? I'm not saying that. However, I have done that before on the basketball court in a very similar fashion. I think anyone who's north of 30 has done that in some fashion on a basketball court. How is that? How does something like that happen to Giannis? And I guess, how does it happen to me, even though I know that it happens to me? Because, Doc, that is the one thing, playing basketball into my mid-40s now, that is the one thing that grabs me at least once a year. It's always the calf strain, man. How does it happen to a $250 million athlete? The same way?
Well, yeah, the simple same way, because he's got overuse injury. No, what I wanted to really bring up about it, I don't know if we have him going down or anything, but understand he had other issues going on. I always talk about the chain of the connected system, the hip, the knee, the ankle. But what was going on is he had some hamstring issues going on that he was fighting through because his team wanted to stay in the second seed. So he played where maybe if they had the second seed locked up, he probably wouldn't have played. So it's that mechanics of compensation in his case. In your case, we'll talk about that after.
All right, okay.
But this is a little bit different. And I wanted to point out that they were all running to the Achilles, the tendon, and the MRI showed that it was completely normal. But there are other ligaments, and they said something, like I was watching ESPN Sports Center today. What's tendinosis, and what's this tendinitis? And it was funny because it'd be like, okay, they go, we don't have a doctor on, but we're going to ask a football player because they know everything.
Right.
So that, we don't have a football player here, but we got Darren who's got pretty much everything. But to answer the question, it was his mechanics that altered, right? So is he playing off his calf and his ankle more to take less pressure subconsciously off of his hamstring? Because he obviously had a hamstring hip injury prior that he was fighting through that was annoying, and then he goes and injures his calf. So, number one, he didn't have a tear. Number two, there's another muscle there called the soleus muscle, which is a long tendon, basically, that does nothing. That sometimes people will get, and they think it's an Achilles tendon injury, where you feel like you get shot in the back of your calf. So that's a tendon that's there that we've proven kind of useless, and we're like, oh, it tears, we don't really do anything about it, you're going to live fine without it. The Achilles also has a lot of tendons going right to the heel of your foot, all the way back up, to create the gastroc muscles. So what's going on is that tendon, he's inflamed, probably because of he's compensated, and then he tweaked it, and fortunately it's not torn. He probably will sit out until playoffs now, and that's, it's a common thing. But the point I wanted to make is that we do compensate. So, like if you have back pain, like I had someone, argue that they created back pain off of an auto accident, which led to the hip surgery. So it's all, my best analogy is the car will still get down the road on those four tires, but if one's out of alignment, you're wearing that tire a lot differently. So for the viewers and the listeners and whoever, you gotta be balanced. Everything's gotta be in tune. If your big toe on your left foot is off and you're walking awkwardly for 2 months because you're too stubborn to go see someone, that's gonna throw off all the mechanics all the way up. Getting back to your case, and I know I'm talking along here.
No, that's all right.
But basically, you're right. You hit on it. It's weekend warrior stuff. I didn't warm up. I think I'm still, mentally in my head, I'm still a great player. My body's not following the lead, and I'm not respecting it enough. You got to do the warm-up. The calf muscles. The ankle and foot is probably the most underutilized, disrespected part of our body.
I would agree.
Right? So if your ankles are weak, you're trying to do things, you're trying to elevate, you're trying to do a quick step around somebody or get to the ball quicker, that kind of sets it off into what's going on in your gastroc. So it's not, some people think it's the knee going down, it's more the ankle going up. So that's what you want to kind of look at. And stretching. The Achilles just naturally become tight, right? So your gastroc, your Achilles, like you can't bring your toes up like you used to when you were, 18 years old, Where now it's a little, I'm doing it on TV now, But basically, your Achilles is back here, and now I can see it. And you want to stretch that, and you want to actually rub on your Achilles. You want to do it all the time. Like, if we just went to old people's basketball, that 30 and over crowd, and said, we're just going to do
30 and over is old
40
people?
and over now.
So if we just went there, which would be a great thing, maybe we'll do that as a show, and we'll just measure everybody's flexibility in their Achilles and kind of measure and say, you're at risk, you might be still at risk. But I guarantee you I'll find very few that are in a normal range of motion for that.
In the chat, E. Schaefer says, evidence-based treatment and prevention are so important. I haven't seen Dr. Pierce in a long time, with a couple of exclamation points. So he's happy about that. He's
there
happy
you go.
about that.
Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah, one of your past clients jumping in the chat as well. Well, Dr. Pierce, as always, we certainly do appreciate the time, and sports has been pretty good to us and letting us, all these injuries and stuff like that we can talk about.
Providing too much
Content, I guess you could say.
We got to do a shout out on my weekend.
Yes.
I was at the Kid Rock Jason Aldean First Festival in Gonzales, Louisiana.
Okay.
Mac usually goes to the Kid Rock concert, so we'll get you out to one of the new festivals. But it was a brand new festival, rocked the country. It was crazy. So I landed in New Orleans, hung out in New Orleans, headed out to Gonzales, which I feel is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Turns out it's 20 minutes from Baton Rouge and 45 minutes from Louisiana. He had about 25,000 people just rocking it out. And, I'm not going to get patriotic or political right now, but it was great to see the patriotic feel of it all. God bless America, and let's, waving the flag and cheering, what America's about. The veterans were well respected there. I mean, it was good to feel like I'm in wherever I was. They call the Midwest. Never really spent time in the middle of Louisiana, but there's people out there that still respect this country, and it was good to see. And Kid Rock, you love him or you hate him, type of thing, but he's still trying to make a point, which I think should be well taken, well understood. And then, I think it was a great event. Then I went to the Live tournament in Miami the next day.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How was that?
Around with How
was that?
It was. I understand what they're doing now. I mean, there wasn't as many people like. Compared to the Rocket Mortgage, which I've done multiple times, and then the Masters a couple times, there's just a different vibe there. This was like a laid-back party vibe.
Yeah, they have DJs on the course and stuff like that.
It's fun. Trump was actually there the whole time.
That's at his course, yeah.
Yeah, it was Trump Doral. And I don't know. It was fun. Would I do it again? I would maybe wouldn't rush to do it again. But if you get into that, like, the party,
into the world.
Huh?
Into that world.
Yeah, that world inside. I was just walking around. I had a couple hours before some meetings, so I wanted to feel it. But it was cool. I mean, I got to say, Phil looks healthier than ever. Brooks, he put one over the green. I had a chip up. But on 18, he flies one out way to the right. He's behind all these pine trees. I don't know how he got it through. Got it through, put it on the left side.
They're incredible, man.
Yeah.
They're absolutely incredible.
He puts it to the left side of the green, chips up, saves par. You're literally got a pine tree sitting 10 feet in front of you.
Doesn't matter. They don't see it.
Swings around it.
Absolutely. So. Well, Dr. Pierce, appreciate the time as always, my friend. Thank you.
Take care,
Talk
guys.
to you again next week. And, so DMAC, or no, this is actually Spenmo. Tell them about the QB Challenge, everybody.
Tell them about the QB Challenge, the Shake Shack QB Challenge. If you could throw it on a rope, you can win 2 tickets to this year's home opener. It's the Shake Shack QB Challenge. You can sign up by scanning that QR code right there, or going to woodwardsports.com, or going to any Shake Shack location to sign up. And it's not like sign up and maybe you'll get picked to try to do it. No, if you sign up, you are in the contest. So sign up right now, and if you win, you can win 2 tickets to this year's home opener.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
And with the first pick in the 2024 media draft, Detroit selects Woodward Sports. Thank you for making us the #1 digital network in Detroit. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Buying your first Feldman Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold, from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
And with the first pick in the 2024 media draft, Detroit selects Woodward Sports. Thank you for making us the #1 digital network in Detroit. Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Feldman Automotive. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. There's 18 Feldman locations, so you know there's one in your backyard. Go to feldmanauto.com, and that goes across all brands, everybody. No matter what kind of car you're looking for, Feldman Automotive has you covered. Make sure you catch Woodward Sports Network. We'll be broadcasting at Feldman Chevrolet in Nova. And real quick, too, want to shout out the service angle of Feldman Automotive as well. They got my somebody ran into me for no reason, so getting my car fixed. Feldman Automotive, they're handling it all. Got me into a rental car and everything
I'm sure they
like
had
that.
a reason.
So, you know, top notch, man. Literally had everything handled in like 10 minutes. I was stunned, like absolutely stunned. So don't forget about the service angle of Feldman Automotive as well. It's Feldman Automotive. All right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network on a Top 5 Wednesday.
Yeah.
And without any further ado, let's get into it. Are you guys ready? Top 5 road signs. Why is it a top 5 list, Benny?
Because it's half as boring as a top 10 list.
Absolutely. A lot of people are going to waste your time with a top 10. Not us. Top 5 road signs. Who wants it?
I'll go first.
All right, Spencer Raxter.
All right, my top 5 road signs. At number 5, I have the no bicycles sign. Because if there is no bicycle sign, that's good for me. Because I hate when people are riding their bicycles in the road. Like, get on the sidewalk. Just go on the sidewalk. You don't got to be in the middle of the road blocking traffic. It's annoying. Yeah. Number 4, I have the slippery road or slippery when wet sign. You know, that's a classic.
Can't go wrong with that.
Looks cool and it's funny. It's a good one. And number 3, I got tractor crossing because, like, I don't know, it's just cool for me. It's a little picture.
It is a cool looking sign.
Picture of a tractor, and like if I'm in an area where there's a tractor crossing sign, that's pretty funny. At number 2, I got slow child at play because that can mean multiple different things. Maybe you got to slow down because there's children at play, or maybe there is a slow child at play, and that's what I always thought it was. That there was a slow child at play. And then at number 1, I have the bump sign because it's the bump.
You like bumps?
Yeah, I like bumps. So my number 1 is bump.
Yeah, on brand.
Solid.
It's a very on brand Spencer Raxter list.
On brand.
All right, who's next?
Kenny.
Compared to that list, my list is kind of mid, but we can rock it. Spinny, you throw that
All right,
up.
KG's top 5 road signs.
All right. At number 1, the American classic, the stop sign. When you think road signs, the first one you're always going to think about is that red
Is it
stop
the best sign? No. But it's like the Jaeger Fireball thing. You have to respect its resume.
Exactly.
It's in use everywhere across the world.
Exactly. But I prefer number 4, the yield sign. To me, the yield sign should be in place of a lot of where the stop signs are.
Hey, man, if no one's coming, why do I got to stop?
Exactly. But people can't drive in this state. We all know that. We all know why the rules are the way they are. So, number 3, the blue rest stop sign.
Yeah.
It's nothing like being on a road trip. It just reminds me of just being on a road trip, man. There's nothing like getting to that rest stop at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and it's a clean rest stop with nobody there. Oh, my God. It's the best, man. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love
Kenny
it.
just told us you need to take a 2 a.m. dookie.
Yeah.
He likes the clean rest stop, but yeah.
I just like a clean rest stop in general, though. But number 2, slippery when wet. How can you go wrong with this? I mean,
It's a great sign.
it's
And a great album.
The
Bon
swerve,
Jovi.
It is.
the swerve picture, just the slippery when wet. Come on,
It really
it's just-
drives
You're
it
all
home.
about the swerve.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
you
All
know
about
you're
it.
in danger.
Yeah. And number 1, the good old Michigan U-turn, aka the Michigan UE. But I like the 2-lane one the best. To me, all turning lanes should be 2 lanes. I don't know why they aren't, but it is what it is.
Well, I think the Detroit shine shouldn't be graffitied or vandalized, but you do. So different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, good list, rock solid list so far. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, jump into there and get your thoughts out there. The Ski Mask Boy, if you see a sign that says "Men at Work," take it. Corey Berry, you hardly see the bump sign anymore. That is true.
Unless you're in the streets of Detroit, because we got speed bumps all throughout the residential streets.
Yeah, lots of hate for bicycle people as well. They have kind of overstayed their welcome a little bit, the bicycle people.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I'm sick of it.
I'm with you, Spenny, on that.
Yeah.
Mike O. Neal, the stop sign is like cottage cheese. Fair point. You have to respect its resume. D-Mac,
I'm
your
up.
top 5 road signs.
Absolutely. Let's go. Railroad sign. Just a classic that, maybe it's the D Generation X and
Hey,
stuff like
suck it.
this, but the railroad sign. And plus, usually you have to respect the railroad coming up. Hence, if you do not want to go airborne or puncture your tire, it's a respect thing too. The yield, Kenny, on board.
Thank you.
On board, and plus it's a nice little
like
sign, and I
triangle.
get excited because I don't have to come to a full stop.
Yes,
stuff
the
like
rolling
this.
stop.
Stop sign, as we say, cottage cheese, perfect, whatever, universal. Just epic. You got to give it its props.
Yeah.
Tenure and stuff. Big Beaver, 69.
Yeah.
Never invented that.
Can't beat that one.
I was actually driving through there when the text came through about it. Like I was up coming down Square Lake, whatever, and I was like, dude, whoever thought of that? And then got it through. So hats off to you. And because I drive so much out of state and whatever, when I see the Michigan sign coming back
The
in
pure
the state,
Michigan,
no matter
Michigan,
what,
yeah.
it gives me.
It does feel like home when you
Take a
cross.
deep breath, and it's like I'm home.
Yeah.
It's just like I feel safer. I know how everybody drives. I know what to expect and stuff like this, because sometimes elsewhere, as anybody who travels out of state knows, it's differently elsewhere. So that's one of those, that fresh air.
That's a good one.
So those are my 5.
Mike G, my favorite sign, slow down, deaf stripper zone.
I haven't seen that sign.
Yeah, absolutely. Solid list, D-Mac, as always. All right, last but certainly not least, or least but certainly not last, my top 5 road signs. Number 5, speed limit 75 on I-69,
Should be higher.
ironically
And
enough.
even north of 162.
Yep.
Exit 162. I'd say when you see that, it just feels like you.
It's electric.
Right.
Yeah, you feel like a NASCAR driver. You're an
It's
Indy
like,
all
this
of a
one
sudden.
must be what the Autobahn in Germany feels like.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 4, the Amish horse and buggy.
Somebody was yelling that in the chat
Yeah.
thread,
I
right?
have
about
not seen this sign.
Wheels guy.
You've never seen the Amish horse and
No.
Go ahead and Google that one.
My wife's
my
from Clare,
God.
middle of the state, so they're all around. I'll take a picture next time I'm up
Yeah, absolutely. It is an incredible sign. Too, you're on some kind of vacation when you see one. You're driving
yeah.
through somewhere or something like that. More on the vacation angle. Number 3, M25 up by Lexington. Whenever I've been on M25,
Shit's popping.
I mean, I'm just saying, D-Mac. I'm not going to work. Let's just say it like
right,
that.
exactly.
So,
This is a real sign.
That's a real sign.
Oh my God.
Number 2, the railroad sign. The electricity as a child when you roll up to the railroad crossing, Is a train going to be coming at that time? It was. It brought me back to the youth, man. And then number one, the merge sign, because I know it's my opportunity, because you people don't trust science. Nope. I know that I can go all the way down to the end and cross over, and it's in the name of science, and it's, in fact, the quickest way for traffic to merge to prevent traffic jams. It's not my fault you don't understand science, so don't be mad at me. Be mad at you, because you don't know what the hell you're doing out there.
Talk about it.
Is it still your favorite sign even when other people don't know how to use it properly?
Yes, because I know I'm right.
Okay.
And I know they're wrong.
Still a little sore about truck guys.
I am still sore about truck guys, as a matter of fact. But yes, Mike G driving through the thumb is fun. I do like it. I do.
I do too.
That and Oscoda. Those are my places. So yeah, that is a top 5 list. When we come back, Stick's gonna jump in for me. I have a obligation I have to get to, as a matter of fact. So Stick will take you the rest of the way home. And, of course, D-Mac's not going anywhere.
Just like Detroit Tigers, we're bringing in the relievers.
We're going to the pen, absolutely. We'll be right back with more Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, after Spenny tells you about Premier Pet Supply.
Let me tell you about Premier Pet Supply, because Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences as the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local, curbside, home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. On Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford at Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. What's going on back here? A Big D Energy here on a hump day Wednesday. I'm Darren McCarty, your fearless. Holy, did he just put the life jacket on and jump off, or did he grab the jet ski?
Threw the life jacket on and jump
I don't
off.
know, man. Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, KG in the booth, and there he is. Oh, out of the bullpen,
right on
trying
time.
to hit the shot clock. Our fearless leader, whatever needs to be done. The Tom Brookins, because that's how old I am.
Tom Brookins.
Utility
Hell of a
player.
third baseman,
Top
too.
utility player of the 84 Tigers. So what's up there, Stick? How's things?
Good, man. I just had a brilliant idea, so I had to go to the guys in the back, and they're working on something. We're going to do a sweet T-shirt giveaway today, and I think everybody will love it.
Oh,
Nice.
can I guess what sport?
Yes. I don't want to give it away,
Is
though,
it a
because someone may
combination, or
copy
is
it and get it out before our guys.
Or is it specifically one sport, or is it a combination, or is it what? Can you give me any hints without giving it away for thievery on the
Something that's
interwebs?
going viral right now for the city.
So no ditties.
No ditties.
No ditties.
That's going viral right now in Spenny land.
Okay.
Spenny
All
loves
right.
the no
Well,
ditty.
anyway, hey,
but yeah, we got some
speaking
cool
of
stuff
the-
coming. Follow us on social media. We're going to be giving it away
Speaking
today.
of the city, right? Draft.
Yes, sir.
Any draft updates for the people, maybe what's going on. This would be a great time to maybe talk to the people, because you are the man amongst the people in the city, because we got big things planned out downtown, do we not?
Yeah, my next 14 days are going to be absolutely insane. We are now planning our big draft party going down with jars. It is going to be right in front of Comerica Park, taking over a parking lot in Comerica Park. And we're going to be doing our live broadcast down there starting at 8 o'clock, doing the whole draft thing. The whole damn team's going to be down there. I was talking to Broder this morning. He's going to be in the draft, sending us videos from in the draft for our live broadcast. We're going to rotate through the desk on picks. Kool-Aid's taking over the lead on socials that day. Like, we are absolutely going to crush the NFL draft in Detroit, because it's Detroit's time to showcase itself. Even though I don't want all these strangers in the city, we're going to let the world know who runs this city.
Damn right.
Well, I like the fact that we're going to go. Unfortunately, there are no alcoholic beverages, but there are. This is the cannabis event.
It is going to be, it's going to be
Friendly? 420 friendly?
Yeah, it's a jars event, and they don't.
How do people that are planning on going downtown or whatever that want to be involved? Is it something that check back on Woodward Sports on the socials and stuff? Are we going to be having some giveaways? Or
give me by the end of the week to straighten all that out. By Friday, we will have all the answers. Next week, we'll do a big all-in team meeting, and then everybody will be well informed, because it just got the paperwork got assigned yesterday by Jars.
So
Figer Law is going to be a part of it. I know Soroki's one of our sponsors.
Nice.
Glorious Cannabis is gonna this is gonna be turning into a thing,
Good.
a big thing. If
As
you
it
can't
should
get
be.
into the draft, there's the one place you should be: our draft party.
Damn right.
Absolutely. That's huge. A little bit of want to give you a little bit of inner workings behind the scenes of what's going on here. It's obviously Woodward Sports. It's about the people, number one. So we're gonna get to enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I mean, if we can get the heavyweights twerking on stage again, hey, there's my buddy Sal. But yeah, if we can get the heavyweights twerking on stage, we know we had a good night. We had a good night.
100 million%. So we were talking earlier, just Red Wings. Where's your vibe? You've been around forever. I mean, as far as now, it's fair to be disappointed. I said earlier, hey, before we start putting people nooses around them or throw them to the guillotine, can we wait until maybe next week or whatever till the end of the 4 games to see what it is first? Now, disappointment, yes, you're going to be disappointed, but in all reality, if I told you and you didn't know how you got here, you were in this spot at training camp, are you not taking a stick because of the history?
Listen, I love that perspective, and it's the same situation with the Lions, right? If I would have told you they were in the NFC Championship game at the beginning of the season and you had a 20-point lead going into the second half, you'd have been happy with it. But the end results still don't make you happy. Like last night, what a missed opportunity, and I was going off on the morning show this morning. That's part of the reason why hockey is so frustrating to me as a fan. Like, to dominate the shots on goal, to dominate the effort points, and then to come out and lose that game the way they did, allowing a goal to Ovechkin, who's the GOAT, my favorite player to ever put on a hockey uniform besides Darren McCarty. Like, to give up that goal with 7 seconds left, the game was over at that very moment. At that moment, the game was over. The energy was sucked out of LCA. It just became a game of keep away there in the third period. And it's just, I hate when teams have destiny right here, and it just slips right through their fingers.
But again, Stick, so I was saying earlier, to the fact, and also I want you to comment on, I guess Steve Yzerman went in after the game and said stuff. But you've been through it before, and isn't that sort of the MO of the Red Wing way of how like Neal put the perspective of this is like the Lions Thanksgiving Day game this year where people are questioning, I knew it wouldn't be and I knew too good to be true or questions like that. Yeah, there's that disappointment, but isn't that what makes sports sports? But you lived through the 90s and we disappointed you. Wait, there's two more levels of disappointment that we're going to get to. This ain't the word. This is like, man, you just got to scratch. Even if you don't make the playoffs, okay, whatever, scratch. You're not even getting amputations or breaking arms and disappointment. That you've been through that. 95.
And the growing pains are part of the journey, right? That is part of the fun. Getting there and like, oh man, remember when we couldn't get through New Jersey and we finally broke through against them? Like, those growing pains are great. But when you have opportunity this far in front of you and winning that game bumps you up to like a 70% chance of making the playoffs, now you don't control your own destiny anymore. Now you got to hope for some luck, other teams losing. Like, you had destiny by the balls and you let it out of your hands.
By the bazizzles.
Yeah,
no, and you controlled your destiny. How many times have we said that? Right? And sooner or later, if you don't capitalize on it, then you don't. Yeah. Somebody else controls your destiny. It's only common sense.
Right. And that's what I don't like. But the Red Wings are great. I think we're all a little spoiled of what the Lions did, and knowing that they were on the fringe, then made that leap to almost in the Super Bowl. I wanted that for the Red Wings, selfishly. It's like we just saw it play out. I wanted this for the Red Wings, too, for them to be the team that last year they were toying, flirting with the playoffs. This year they get in, maybe steal a first-round upset, and we get some excitement in the city. And, really it's just I hate that it robbed the city of the experience of playoff hockey and LCA, just the excitement that we would have had around here for the next couple weeks going into the playoffs. They're not out of it, right? And I'm with you.
You're with Spenny already planning the funeral.
No, yeah, I'm with you. They're still awake and they're still in the fight. It's just they're no longer in control of the fight.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, they go out and win the game in regulation, which is, to get the 2 points and prevent Pittsburgh from getting a point tomorrow. Then it changes right back.
Yeah, and that's part of the fandom, right? Living and dying with each one of these games, and I think we all wanted to breathe a little bit, and we still can't.
Yeah.
Still can't breathe. But how are you feeling? I mean, you guys probably discussed it while I wasn't in the room. If you were in that locker room, how are you looking around addressing your captain? How are you looking around addressing your teammates?
Guys got to step up. Guys got to step up, and but now's not the time to point fingers. It's time to get it done. For lack of a better term, it's a 4-game elimination, and you've lost 3. You can't lose again. You might be able to get away with one more loss, but that's it. So you got to run the table. You got to go sweep these 4 games.
The thing I do like about the position they've put themselves in is these are the types of situation where if a team does get hot for these last 3 to 4 games, that's the type of wave you can ride, right?
How many times? That's such a great point that if you're gonna you want to get hot going into the playoffs, you have no choice but to getting hot to get there. Then you just ride that momentum, and that's what makes you dangerous,
right?
Then that's why we've seen early first-round upsets, or at least teams get off to a good jump as a lower seed against a higher seed.
Yeah, and that's if you're the Red Wings and you're Red Wings fans, that's what you're hoping for right now is, okay, now they've put their backs up against the wall. You can remember the 04 Pistons. If it ain't rough, it ain't right. That was their slogan. Their back was up against the wall. Going down 3-1 against the Nets, like those types of things. 3-1 against the Magic early on before the 04 season. They like those challenges if you can respond. Can this team respond? Do they have enough heart to respond? You saw the effort was there last night. They came out shooting that puck like crazy. I think they were up like 25 shots to 10 at one point. But the hockey gods didn't reward them with any goals. It's just part of the game.
Yeah, too much perimeter, which means from the outside and not enough traffic, and just weren't able to capitalize on those. Yeah. You got Planet Fitness over there?
Planet Fitness, the Red Wings. Hit up Planet Fitness, get a little stronger for these next 4 games. Because you got to make these playoffs. And for only $10 a month, any Red Wing can join. Even if you're not a Red Wing, you can go to Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Nashville Hot is back at Soroki's. They got the tenders, the sandwich, the loaded fries, and the new Nashville Hot pizza. It's a great time, and you only have a limited time offer. You can only get it for a certain amount of time, so go get it while you still can. You can go to any of their 11 convenient locations to pick some up, or order online at Sorokis.com. Come enjoy the delicious heat while you still can at Soroki's.
Welcome back to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, subbing in for Neal Ruhl at the end of the show, but you got to respect Neal's professionalism. Comes in, puts an hour and a half, and he's like, I got to go handle business.
Yeah.
That's what Neal Ruhl does. That's why he's El Presidente. We got Darren McCarty in the sweetest hockey jersey I've ever seen on the desk.
Nice.
Dude, how sweet is this jersey?
Fire, man.
Where'd you get that, D-Mac?
Oh, the Wings made it for me. So it's the ones that they wore in warm-up for the last day,
Okay.
last Friday or whatever. So, yeah, I got my name on it and stuff.
That's sweet.
It is sweet. And how cool with Shelby Miller, who popped by the roast and stuff like this.
Yeah, man.
Popped in. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting because you talk to him and he's like, yeah, I'm from a town of like 1,200 people. You know, it's weird to me to be in a city like this and, you know, to have the support I'm having right now. And
he likes it, though.
Sometimes you forget that these are just dudes, right? Like, they're just dudes. You know, Darren McCarty, you're a dude. If people approach you, you're going to treat them like how they treat you. And, you know, you see these athletes coming in that we all look up to. Because I worked in the radio industry a long time, and I met every artist that you can ever imagine. Yeah. And it never got me excited. But I do turn into a little kid when I meet sports icons. Like, if I was ever to meet Bo Jackson, I would be a fumbling idiot just because of how much I love Bo Jackson.
When Jack Golke came in here, it was like that. Like,
you were starstruck by Golke?
Darren McCarty, I talked to him every day. Braylon Edwards, talked to Joyke Bell, I met Kirk Gibson, all these different guys. But when Golke came in here,
you and Spenny were like two little kids.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Or you and Flannel were like two little kids. Like
he's
Flannel,
a tournament
literally.
legend. He just walked in. He's just a regular dude. Like, and he was just, it was weird.
Well, Flannel was in the back still smiling, telling Ryan Lentz all about meeting the guy this morning. It was crazy. KG, you got a guy that would just, a sports guy that would turn you into a little kid?
Calvin did that for me. I met Calvin one time, and man, I was starstruck, bro. I was so glad he took the picture. I could tell he didn't really want to take the picture at the time. He was leaving out of townhouse, but yeah, man, it was dope meeting him, bro.
Yeah, the meeting Calvin was crazy. I met him at that greenhouse event we did. That was weird. That was just otherworldly. And Miguel Cabrera, I met him.
Oh, I'd love to meet Miggy.
I met him at a Best Buy. I met him at a Best Buy when I was really young.
Really?
Best Buy? That's crazy.
I think the two, though, that would like starstruck me now, even though I've been around a bunch of professional athletes and stuff, would be Pavel Datsyuk if I ever met him, just because he's my favorite, arguably my favorite Detroit athlete of all time. And if I ever met Melo. Like, that would just be...
Yeah. Who was the other one?
Melo. If I ever met Melo, it would just be crazy.
Really? Carmelo?
Yeah, that's his guy.
Melo does that to you?
That's my boy.
Melo is one of the best offensive players ever. Don't do that.
That's my boy.
I know. It's just like, that's pretty random.
I remember I was watching Sons of Anarchy with my boy. We'd call it church. Whenever Sons came out, we'd all go to my boy's house and we'd watch the new episode. And he was in one of the episodes when they were torturing Bobby. He handed one of the dudes the guns. I was like, oh, yo, what? It was just so
like cool. When Ed Sheeran was in Game of Thrones. Like, it's Ed Sheeran! Yeah. D-Mac, is there anybody that like you've ever met that you were just like, this is the guy, like, I'm a kid again?
Lance Parrish, dude.
Lance Parrish?
That was my guy growing up and stuff like this. So, like, when I was older and, got to meet him and got, same way with Zach Wild, who's a buddy of mine, like, I got to meet Ozzy, which was cool. And, like, so I'm the same way. Wrestlers
do it too?
I pop the wrestler, Matt Tremont, who's the greatest American deathmatch wrestler, who's a good friend of mine, dude. I've been a Tremont guy all my life, and just to be able to meet him and stuff like this. Yeah, like wrestlers and musicians would pop me more than athletes.
Yeah. See, I'm the exact opposite. Athletes I've looked up to my entire life.
Right.
And, musicians are cool. They're musicians. I've met everybody, like I said, from Jay-Z to all the way to, like, Michelle Branch. And we want to go that whole spectrum. But, yeah, like, the first time, I was able to meet my heroes that played sports growing up. And it's not really even the current guys. Like, if I met Kate Cunningham and stuff like that, but if I ever got to shake Isaiah Thomas's hand, I would be like, oh, my God. Like, that's a legend to me. Well, KG, you got a guy?
I'm trying to think. It depends. I do have people that I want to meet. I just can't think of nobody off the top of my head. But
I think Draymond was really cool too.
Draymond, dude, yours are so like off center. I love it.
Yeah, Rake brings up a great point, and both of us, like Bully Ray Dudley.
Yeah.
When I got to do the wrestling stuff with him and stuff like that, but like just how cool he was and talking and all those Tommy Dreamer and the guys I've become friends with that I watched growing up and stuff like this.
You met Tommy Dreamer.
It's real cool.
I had one, like, when I met Draymond, he brought the Larry O'Brien trophy to campus. And so, like, I got to hold the Larry O'Brien trophy and meet Draymond, which was really cool. And I had, like, a reverse one of a guy that I knew. And then when I saw him achieve sports fame, it starstruck me because I was really cool with the wrestlers, like the Michigan State wrestlers on campus, because their house was on my walk to work. So they'd be like playing beer pong and stuff all the time. I'd see them and I'd party at their house with them. And there's this one guy, I can't remember his name, but me and him, we would always be beer pong partners and we always won. And then I saw that he won the Olympic silver medal in wrestling. I was like, holy shit. I was like, dude, that's fucking sick.
Yeah. When I was with Braylon 2 years ago, we went to a Michigan game, and you hear this dude just yelling, Braylon! You turn around, it's Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And they had a bro moment, and it was cool. It was a really cool moment because right before then, some security guard tried to big-time Braylon.
Yeah.
And, Braylon just was cool with it. He just brushed it off, and he's like, man, forget that guy. Let's walk away. And the minute we did, there's the biggest athlete in the world, Olympic multi-gold medalist being like, Braylon!
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
so Phelps was the man. Shaq. 'Cause I saw someone comment Shaq. I'd love to meet Shaq.
Shaq would be awesome.
Shaq would be cool.
Yeah.
Charles, too. Get the two of them
Charles
being
would be
around
awesome.
that. Like
Charles.
Watching a game with them.
Yeah.
Busting each other. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. You know what else is awesome? When a guy can be a guy. Get an amazing haircut. Maybe watch some sports. Like there's golf on and stuff like that. What am I talking about? Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax. Let one of the Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Walking anytime, 7 days a week, Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
It's that time of year. Upgrade your summer wardrobe and get hooked up with Woodward Sports Gear. We got tons of designs. You got Brad Holmes cooking. We got the political sign, which is Holmes and Campbell 2024. You want to go snag that one. Stoked Not Scared. Always relevant when we're dealing with Darren McCarty. But go get your stuff now. woodwardsports.com/shop. All right, final segment of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, sitting in for Neal Ruhl. That is Darren McCarty, KG, and of course, Spenny is here. Where do you want to go from here, Darren?
You got any questions in the chat? Anybody want to know? I mean,
Yeah, let's
where
open
are
it
we
up.
at? You looking forward to this, day off, the homestand, with the Tigers, the greasy little win? That's what they needed to do. In the past, I was saying to Neal, Tigers would keep continuing the way that they were playing. That's a 12-game losing streak. But
Right.
Yeah.
maybe it's a little bit different this year, but they got to get the bats going. I don't know. Is there a major concern, or this is what they are, right?
Yeah.
In this division. We'll find out this next homestand starting tomorrow, because they're actually playing, who you think you're going to compete with, and also the best team who's the reigning champ. So
It's concerning that they can't score a lot of runs in regular innings.
regulation,
The first through 9th inning, but then they get to the 10th, 11th, they seem to put them up in clusters, like 4 or 5 at a time. So it's frustrating because you see it's there, right? They can put it together. It's just,
all right,
when are they going to put it together? But the fact that they haven't put it together and they're sitting, 7-4?
Yeah, it's pretty damn
I'm
good.
okay with that.
We got a mailbag question in the chat from Paul Thomas. D-Mac, if you have to give a speech to the Red Wings, what would you say to them?
Ooh, let's hear it.
No, I
D-Mac.
mean it's up to you now. I mean, there's no screaming and yelling, or there's anything like that. It's what task at hand is, and the speech that should have been done the speech that you want was 2-3 weeks ago. Right in there of what it means, but you put yourself in this position. Guys are fighting for jobs. These are fighting for contracts, stuff like this. I mean, it's part of so it's all up to them. Neal always say? What do I always say? The only way out is through. Let's go get it. So on that note, around the room, tomorrow, win, confidence level, what percentage?
For the Red Wings?
Not like you want, but you're going to Pittsburgh because I know that I'm at where I'm feeling it. I'm at 50.
I was going to say.
I'm at 50%. But I'm a confident 50%.
So
but I'm
51?
not a confident 60%, which means that if you, I could see that game going tomorrow that they go win 5-1. You know what I'm saying? But that could be it. But I'm not over that. I was more like last night. I was at 60%. And probably more 70% because Washington hadn't won in 6 games. But again, so I don't know. Where are you at?
I'm coin flip with you, man. Just
Smitty?
toss the coin in the air.
You're probably like 35, right?
I was going to say 60, honestly, because I feel
60 win?
60 win, yeah. Because I feel like they're going to be pissed off with how things went in that game.
Stevie went in there, fucking stuck a bong up there.
Yeah, he lit them up. And
in their nose.
They had, 40-something shots on goal and only got a goal in the last 0.2 seconds of the game. So I can see them winning this one.
That's why hockey's so frustrating.
I'm at 40, man, because it's
I know. So
winning out is
Kenny's
tough.
the hater. Kenny's the Neal.
I might be the
Kenny's
hater,
the
man.
Neal when it comes to hockey, and Neal's the Kenny when it comes to
the Tigers.
You know what's going to suck is to get pimped by Ovechkin and Crosby in this back-to-back games.
That would be rough.
The two of the GOATs of all time coming in, and that's preventing you from getting to the playoffs. Eesh.
Well, best thing is they gotta
just want to win, man.
Play it. I know.
I just want these guys to win. I want them to experience winning. I want fans to know what it's like again. We took that 25-year playoff appearance. I took it as just a lackadaisical, didn't matter. A ho-hum. They made the playoffs.
Boy, you miss it, huh?
Yeah, I miss it.
Yeah.
You took it for granted. It's like the wife you took for granted. You're like, man, I miss that home cooking.
I was at the last Red Wings home playoff game. I was there. And obviously there hasn't been one in LCA.
But I don't want to get back just to get back.
No.
I want to get back
And
where I
sustain.
can win.
Yeah.
Or at least
It's got to start
go
somewhere.
deep.
They're like the
No,
way
I
they
agree.
ended
I'm not
it.
saying I don't want to get back.
Right.
I'm just saying that I see the process. It's levels.
Right. Yeah,
You're
I don't
not
want to
there
get there
yet.
with the Blake Griffin Pistons, who we know aren't ever going to get better. I want to get there with the young Pistons that'll grow. But I'm with you. But still, these guys just got to get a taste. They're getting a small taste now, though.
There it is.
D-Mac?
If you want it, well, this is playoff hockey.
It is,
And like you said,
right.
so they got to take care of business tomorrow. Tomorrow, by the way, Trevor James, ECFC sporting director. We're doing the rest in peace and Kenny's Urban Update. First ever Urban Update. Stick, thanks for filling in.
Yeah, no
for
problem.
Neal, he'll be back tomorrow. Sven Morax, KG. I'm D-Mac. Deuces. Big D, we're out.
We out.